Hello and welcome, Core Stability crew. This is Katie. I just want to remind you all to listen to your bodies today. Keep some water nearby and we'll work together. If you need any modifications, just let me know and give me a holler. Let's go ahead and find our space for our warm up. Once we're there, we're going to do some great big arm circles to start. So we'll take those arms out wide, up overhead, down to the floor, to the wall behind us, and repeat. Making those arm circles as big as we can. Forward arm circles. Feel free to maybe take a few paces if you'd like, kind of back and forth, just adding that extra movement. Starting to take some deeper breaths as we get our heart rate up, and let's reverse our arm circles, taking them behind us now, still keeping them nice and big and wide, just making sure our area is clear. Just a couple more seconds here, and 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead, give those arms a rest. You can shake and shimmy out your shoulders if you'd like. We're going to transition into some windmill toe touches. So from our neutral standing position, we're going to take our feet out wide, like about 2 steps outside of our hips. We're going to put our arms out to the left and right from our shoulders. And we're going to hinge at the waist as we reach our right hand down towards our left foot. And we'll come back to center and repeat on the other side, reaching left hand towards right foot. So take these nice and slow, focusing on the hinge, kind of that warm up of the posterior chain muscles, AKA the backs of the legs, the lower back muscles. And we're also trying to kind of squeeze those glutes lightly as we come back up to center. Nice job. Just a few more here. As I said, we're getting that body temperature raised, heart rate slightly raised. And last one here. We'll go ahead and come back to center. You can step your feet back underneath your hips in that neutral standing position, toes forward. Let's go ahead and get into our standing bird dogs next. So from our neutral standing position, toes forward, feet under hips, we're going to gently kick our left leg back behind us as we raise our right arm up overhead. And we'll bring them back to center and we'll switch, raising the left arm up and kicking the right leg behind us. And we'll just repeat, alternating there, working a little bit of balance, some of that early stability, warming up the glutes, the shoulders, the abdominals, just trying to keep everything tightened, feeling our ankles work for us just a little bit as we're in that single leg stance. Couple more here. All right, go ahead and bring everything back together, back to that neutral standing position. We're gonna do some marches. So I'll place my hands on my hips. I'm gonna start on the right side, driving right knee up towards my chest, placing the foot back down and repeating left side, driving left knee up towards my chest and placing my foot back down. Just repeating there, nice slow march. Starting to feel those hip flexors warming up. A little bit of the abdominals to pull up the knee. And as you get comfortable with the movement, you can speed it up. And we'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bringing both of those feet back down underneath us. Make sure you have some space out in front of you. We're going to do our stationary inchworms. So from our neutral standing position, toes forward, feet under hips, I'm going to lower my hands down towards the mat until my feet and hands are both on the floor. Then I'm going to slowly walk my hands away from my feet as I come into about a down dog and then a high plank position. Once I've reached kind of that end, I can't walk any further. I'm going to squeeze, tighten my glutes, tighten my abs, and then I'm going to gently walk my hands back towards my feet. I can do a little forward fold if I'd like, and repeat, walking those hands out again. Remember, in these stationary inchworms, we want to really avoid that swaying side to side. We want to stay as strong and centered, our chest as parallel to the floor as possible. Nice job. Don't forget about that engagement of the glutes when you're at the end. All right, go ahead and walk it back one more time. Finish your rep, and we'll go ahead and come back to standing. Once you're there, we're going to start with some of our standing core and balance exercises, starting with our lateral leg raises. So from neutral standing, toes forward, feet under hips, I'm going to place my hands on my hips or on a stationary object nearby for a little extra support. So go ahead and grab that object if you need it for some balance exercises. Whatever we have chosen to do, hands on hips or on an object, we're going to start with those lateral leg raises. So I'm going to kind of shift my weight over into my left leg. I'm going to take a slight bend in the right knee. I'm gently just going to raise the right leg up to the right, or out and up to the right. Bring it back down and repeat. So just a gentle leg raise. Kind of feeling that engagement in the left leg, left ankle complex, left glutes a little bit, keeping us strong and stationary. And that right leg, you're also feeling some glute work, some outer thigh work as you raise the leg. Few more reps here, and then we're going to turn this leg raise into a side lunge, still on the right side. So we'll go 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and pause those leg raises. You can bring both feet underneath you again if you need to. And then we're going to transition it into a side lunge on the right side or to the right. So I'm going to step my right foot out about 2 steps, or maybe a little more, 3 steps away from my left foot. Then I'm going to shift my weight over into that right leg, kind of bending the right knee, straightening out the left. And then I'm going to come back to center and repeat. So just a side lunge to the right. You can add a little extra challenge by just keeping that right foot off of the ground the whole time besides the lunge. So lunging to the right and then lifting that foot, kind of doing like a high knee if you'd like, if you want extra challenge. But we're just side lunging to the right. Working some balance, some more of that stability. And moving in the frontal plane. We want to move in lots of different planes of motion to really challenge that core and balance. Go one more here. And go ahead and pause. You can bring that right leg back underneath your hips. Shake them out, shimmy if you need to. And we're going to repeat that same sequence on the left side now. I'm going to keep my weight kind of more heavy in my right leg. Take a slight bend in that left knee for those lateral leg raises on the left. Raising that left leg up to the side, bringing it back down nice and slow. Lateral leg raise, left side. And although our left leg is doing the movement, right leg is mostly doing that balancing. Pay attention to the right knee. Make sure it's not kind of folding inward or towards the left leg. We want to make sure it stays either 12 o'clock or slightly outward. Kind of avoid those compensations or knee injuries. Nice job. Glutes should be feeling it just a little bit. Just outer thighs, foot ankle complex. And let's go ahead and start those side lunges on the left side. When you're ready, taking that wide step out to the left, shifting that weight over, kind of in a half squat or side lunge. And we'll push it back up to center and repeat. And remember, you kind of pick your challenge here. If you want to kind of drive that side lunge into a standing high knee, feel free. You can also just keep it closer to the mat if we're still kind of working on that balance. So a few more reps here. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and pause. Bring those legs back underneath you in that neutral standing position. We got one more little lunge flow here to keep working on the core and balance. And now we'll be moving in what we call the sagittal planes, so forward and backward. We'll start with the right leg only. And all we're going to be doing, hands on our hips or on a stationary object nearby. We're going to step our foot out in front of us for a forward lunge. The left foot's going to stay planted pretty much this whole time. So we're stepping that right foot out in front of us about 2 to 3 steps. And we're going to lower that left knee down towards the mat, bending the front right knee into that 90-degree angle. So front lunge. Easiest modification, we'll step the right foot back underneath the hip, and then we'll go into a reverse lunge with the right leg. So stepping the right foot behind us about 2 to 3 steps, lowering right knee to the ground, pushing back up, center, back into the forward lunge. So we'll go ahead and start there. Forward lunge, back to center, reverse lunge, back to center. And remember, toe taps are always okay to kind of get used to the movement. That left leg is still doing a ton of balance work as well as some strength. And if you want to go full, kind of, you're like, my balance is awesome, I'm feeling good. Try to hover the right foot as much as you can. Good, we'll go just a few more reps here. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and pause those right forward, backward lunges. Back to that neutral stance, and let's switch sides. Left side, stepping the foot forward for that front lunge. Back to center and reverse lunge, left side. Knocking out all those planes of motion today. We'll do the same thing with our more abdominal focused exercises coming up soon. Last few reps here. Keep challenging that balance. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and bring ourselves down to the mat into a tabletop position. Grab a drink of water if you need it. Fortunately, I forgot my water bottle today, so I'll be roughing it. All right, so we're coming down to that tabletop position, AKA hands are on the mat planted, knees are on the mat planted, calves and toes and feet are trailing behind the knees. We're gonna start with our bear hold sequence. So for our bear hold, we'll kind of stay in this tabletop, but we're gonna tuck the toes underneath our feet. And when I say start the hold, we're just going to raise the knees off of the mat very subtly, just hovering the knees, hovering the shins, keeping the toes and hands planted for that bear hold. All right, we're gonna add a little kind of twist to the bear hold. So I will walk us through that, but let's go ahead and get ready for the first hold. In 3, 2, 1. Let's tuck the toes, cover the knees, and push our shoulders away from our palms for that bear hold, tightening the abs. Then we're going to add that little rotation. So I'm going to dip the hips over to the right, tap the right knee to the floor, come back to center, dip the hips to the left, tap left knee to the floor, back to center. So just a bear hold with a little rotation here, working those abdominals, obliques, back muscles. Great core strength exercise. You got this. 8 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and let those knees fall. You can relax the feet, wiggle them out if you need to. Also free to do a little cat-cow. We're going to work a couple more variations of those bear holds, making sure we're fully engaged, warmed up, ready to go. All right, bear hold number 2 coming up. Go ahead and get the toes tucked underneath us. Palms, shoulders engaged, and let's hover the knees. So bear hold number 2. Now we're adding a side step if you'd like. We're just gonna tap the right toes out just barely to the right, and left toes tap out to the left. So a little bear hold toe tap. Still keeping those abs engaged. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let the knees fall. Wiggle out the feet and relax. We got just one more of these bear holds, and we'll get a little rest. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and get ready for it. Of course, grabbing water if we need it, cat-cow if we need it. And bear hold number 3, let's tuck the toes, engage the shoulders by pushing away from your palms, and let's hover the knees. Last bear hold variation here, we're going to do step backs. I'm going to straighten my left leg back behind me, tap the toes, bring the knee back in, and left side, bring it back in. Just alternating, straightening the back legs behind us, tapping the toes. You got this, 10 seconds. Keep those abs and shoulders engaged. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo, let those knees down. You can bring yourself up to kneeling if you'd like and shake out your wrists. Wonderful. Let's give the wrists a little break. We're going to come down to the forearms. Keep the knees underneath our hips. We're just going to do some leg raises here. So gentle leg raises, working the glutes and a little bit of lower back. I'm going to start by extending our right leg back behind us. So our right leg is straight. Our left knee is kind of still under our left hip. We're going to start by flexing the foot. So my right toes are in the floor. And I'm just going to kick that right heel up towards the ceiling. Not as high as I can go. I don't want my back to compensate, but just high enough to where we feel the glutes getting a little bit of work. All right, really kicking from the hip, trying to keep that right leg as straight as we can. It's just that gentle lift or raise. We're not really kicking hard or fast, just a raise. Good, a few more seconds here. Keep breathing, trying to still keep those abs tightened, kind of pressing belly button into your spine. Compression. And 3, 2, 1. Let's switch it out. Bring that right knee back underneath your right hip. Straighten the left leg out behind us. Toes in the floor, heel to the ceiling. And when you're ready, go ahead and start those left leg raises. Once again, kicking from the hip or from the glutes. Keeping the knee as straight as you can. Pressing abdominals to your spine and squeezing those glutes, making them work to raise the leg. A lot of our society population is chronically weak in our glutes, and it can cause back pain. So you want to make sure they stay nice and strong. You got this. Last 10 seconds. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that left knee back underneath hips. And we'll go ahead and come off of our forearms again, back into that tabletop. We're going to do some of our bird dog crunches. So for our bird dog crunches, starting in tabletop, my wrists, elbows, and shoulders are all stacked. My knees are underneath my hips, feet are trailing behind my knees. We're going to start single side only. So I'm just going to keep my nose down towards the floor. I'm going to raise my right arm up from the shoulder, and I'm going to extend my left leg back behind me at the hip. Once I'm in that extended position, I'm going to go ahead and crunch in. So my right elbow is going to meet my left knee kind of underneath my belly button. Then I'm going to extend again and repeat there. So single side bird dog crunch. Really trying to activate those abdominals as we crunch those abs together. When we bring our elbow to knee. Contralateral movement for the body, very good for us. A little bit of a brain game. You got this. About 5 more seconds here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's bring that right hand, left knee back where they started. And let's repeat with that left arm, right leg. So remember to keep nose towards the mat. Re-engage your abs if you need to. And we'll raise that left arm up from the shoulder, kick the right leg back. And elbow to knee underneath our belly button. Back to extension. Going nice and slow here with our bird dog crunches. Trying to keep our breathing controlled, taking breaks when we need to. But you're doing great. Keep up the good work. And last 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and bring that left hand, right knee back to where they started. You can do a quick cat-cow if you need to. We're going to go back into that right arm, left leg. When you're ready, raising right arm, kicking left leg back. Bird dog crunch. We're going to add a hold this time. So when we hold, we'll actually be holding in the crunch position. I know I usually have you hold in the extended. Today we're going to hold in the crunch. mix it up a little bit. All right. So coming up in about 5 seconds, we're gonna hold the crunch position. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's bring right elbow to left knee underneath our belly button and hold. Take a few breaths. Squeeze those abs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. Go ahead and set that right hand, left knee back. And let's go into those just repeating bird dog crunches now with left arm, right leg. Extending the left arm ahead, keeping the right leg back. Nice slow crunches here. And we'll go into that hold in about 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's meet left elbow to right knee underneath our belly button. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Engage the abs. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Take a breath. Shake it out. We're actually going to go ahead and come onto our backs now. So grab a quick drink of water if you need it. And roll onto your back when you're ready for some more abdominal focused work. All right. Once you are comfortable lying on your back, we just want to make sure we're properly engaged. So if you feel your lower back kind of arching right now, go ahead and tuck your pelvis, kind of roll it underneath you, engage the abs. Try to keep that low back as flat as you can. That means your abs are engaged and your pelvis is neutral. All right. And once you're ready, let's go ahead and raise both legs up, extend them towards the ceiling. We're going to do some toe touch crunches. So as I said, keeping those abdominals engaged. We're going to raise both arms up from the shoulders. Fingertips are towards the ceiling. And then the bottoms of my feet or my toes are pointed toward the ceiling. I'm just going to gently raising the head, neck, shoulders, and upper abs. Going to reach those fingertips towards my feet. Curling myself back down one vertebrae at a time and repeat. Toe touch crunches. If you need a little external support source here, you can rest your legs on a wall. There'll be a little less engagement with that posterior chain. That's okay. We're working the abdominals focus first. Nice job. Really feeling the abdominals here. Let's go ahead and start going on either side of our legs. So reaching both fingertips to the right of your right leg, coming back down, and then fingertips to the left of your left leg. Outside of your legs. Getting a little more oblique engagement now. Still primarily abdominal muscles are what's lifting our shoulders and head off of the mat. Just a few more here. Stay engaged. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can go ahead and take a bend in the knee. No longer straightening the legs. We're going to do some toe taps. So we'll start by re-engaging the abs, kind of taking away that arch in the low back. And then our knees are bent kind of at a 90-degree angle. I'm going to keep my feet pretty glued together for this exercise. And since my shins are parallel to the ceiling, my knees are stacked over my hips. And then I'm just going to gently tap both sets of toes to the left side of my mat, come back to center, and then tap toes on the right side of my mat, come back to center. So just some toe taps here, really working to keep that back spine glued to the floor as you move the legs. Might have a little bit of raising of the hips. That's okay. This is to get stronger, not to just prove your strength. And arms can be down by your sides, palms facing down for a little extra support. Or sometimes I even like to interlace my fingers behind my head, let the elbows fall out to the sides. Nice job. Keep breathing. This is an easy one to hold your breath for. Nice job. We're getting a lot of ab engagement. You got this. Got about 10 more seconds here. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew, you can go ahead and let those feet down. Knees will stay towards the ceiling. Take a little rest, shake out the hips if you need to. But we'll go ahead, keep those feet flat on the mat, knees towards the ceiling. We're gonna work into some of those cross crunches. So if your fingertips weren't already interlaced behind your head, elbows out to the sides, go ahead and do that now. And when you're ready, we'll start with those cross crunches. So what that means is we're going to take kind of raising our upper abs off of the mat along with our shoulders and head. We're going to gently twist our torso just a little bit towards the left. My right elbow rises up. Then I'm going to take my left knee and meet my right elbow with it, kind of over that belly button. And I'm going to place that. Oops, sorry, left knee. Did I say left knee? Not sure. So left knee meets right elbow over belly button. Place that left foot back down and then repeat with the right leg, left elbow, and place it back down. Cross crunches. Feel free to take that rest in between crunches by letting yourself lay all the way flat. Or if you want a little extra kick and engagement, you'll keep the abs kind of flexed the whole time. You won't let your kind of upper back come all the way flat back down to the mat. You'll feel just a little extra engagement if you keep yourself raised. Woo, nice work. You're doing great. Make sure we take those big exhales anytime we crunch. Inhale down, exhale crunch. Nice work. Option to stay here with these cross crunches, or you can progress into a bicycle crunch by every time your elbow meets one knee, the other leg will extend out away from you and just hover over the floor. And if you need a little easier variation of the bicycle crunch, you can take feet higher towards the ceiling instead of lower towards the floor for that extended leg, of course. Nice job. Abs are burning. Obliques are engaged, getting a little burn. Just a few more seconds of work. You got it. Breathe, breathe, breathe. 10 seconds. 10 seconds of work. You can do it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo. Go ahead and let both feet flat on the floor. Take a little rest if you went to those bicycles. And roll it out, shake it out if you need to. Let's do some windshield wipers to transition. So feet are flat on the mat, knees are up towards the ceiling. I'm gonna re-engage my abs and tuck my pelvis because I felt my back arching a little bit. Keeping my pelvis as flat as I can, abs as engaged as I can. I'm gonna gently drop both knees down over to the left until they meet the floor or just hover over the floor. Coming back to center, and then I'm gonna drop them down over to the right and repeat. Just gently here. Some of us may have the rotation ability to get the knees all the way to the floor. Some of us might just hover. I'm a hoverer. I don't have a ton of rotation ability in my lower spine. Nice job. This is just our transition move. We're gonna go into some dead bugs next. So when you're ready, go ahead and bring the knees back to center, and we'll raise the feet up off of the floor. My knees are gonna stay stacked over my hips and my shins are parallel to the ceiling. I'm gonna raise both arms up from the shoulders, fingertips to the ceiling. And dead bug exercise, we're just gonna be alternating right and left sides. So as I drop my right arm overhead, my left leg is gonna extend out away from my body, and I'm just hovering those extremities over the floor. I'm gonna pull them back to center, and then I'm gonna drop right leg and left arm and pull it back in. So again, some of that contralateral movement of the body, basically a lying bird dog. And now we're kind of challenging the abs in a different way. Gravity is working against us. Make sure you keep that pin, push pin through your belly button, keeping your abs engaged. Spine glued to the floor. And of course, we're gonna add a hold shortly. With that single side, we'll be holding in extension. A few more seconds of alternating dead bugs. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's drop the left leg, right arm down, just hover them. Take a few breaths, squeeze those abs. Hold, hold, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, that's a good challenge. If you need to hug the knees into the chest, take a few breaths, roll it out, feel free. When you're ready, we will go back into those alternating dead bugs. Got some 80s jams today. All right, so we're alternating. We're gonna hold on the opposite side now. It's okay if you accidentally did left arm, right leg. Just make sure you do the opposite one this time. All right, coming up into that hold in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I'm dropping right leg, left arm, hovering those limbs over the floor, squeezing my abs. You got it, you got it. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull that leg in, pull that arm in, hug the knees into the chest, and roll it out. Take a few breaths and reset. We're gonna end our time on the floor here with a hollow hold, my probably least favorite ab exercise, but it is good to try new things, of course. So when you're ready, let's bring those knees back up kind of to that starting dead bug position. So let's go back to the starting dead bug position. My fingertips are to the ceiling, arms are over shoulders, shins are parallel to the ceiling, and knees are over hips. I'm gonna extend both legs out away from me, and I'm going to gently lower the legs. I'm going to raise my upper back and shoulders off of the floor, and I'm going to drop my arms both overhead. The legs are extended away, arms are extended away, abs are still pinned to the floor. Woo, take a few breaths, I'm shaking. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. Let everything fall. Take a breath and shake it out. We're going to do a little bit of oblique work here and a little side outer thigh work. So let's go ahead and roll over onto our left side. And we're going to make sure our ankles, knees, and hips are all stacked on top of each other. And my legs are kind of bent in a 90-degree angle right now. So they're not straight, they are bent. And my upper body, I have my left elbow planted into the floor. The forearm is just kind of extended out in front of me from the elbow. And my torso is raised off of the mat completely. I'm going to do some clamshell exercises here. So remember, ankles, knees, hips are all stacked. And I'm just gently going to raise the right knee up towards the ceiling, away from the left knee, kind of squeezing those right glutes. And I'm going to let that knee fall back down to meet the left and repeat that movement. So clamshells, great exercise for the glute muscles, abductor muscles. And remember, we're not just forgetting about that upper body. We're not really sinking into the shoulder. I want you to engage the shoulder as well. So really push your shoulder and chest away from your elbow to keep it engaged. Nice job. A few more of these clamshells here. Starting to feel the glutes heating up. And on your next rep, I want you to let your torso fall all the way to the floor so you can untuck the elbow. You can just straighten your left arm out away from you in the front or overhead, kind of using your bicep as a pillow if you'd like. But our legs are still stacked. We're going to extend the right leg straight now. So left leg kind of stays bent for stability. Right leg is straight. We're going to do some leg raises here. So kind of those lateral leg raises, but now we're laying on our side. And keeping my right foot flexed. And I'm just gently raising that right leg up towards the ceiling, down towards the floor. It's not an extreme movement, it's just slight. But our right glutes should be on fire. And my right hand is on my hip. Nice job. A few more reps. And 3, 2, 1. Give that right leg a rest. You can stack it back over the left knee. And staying in this lying position, I actually want you to put your right hand behind your head. So now your elbow is kind of towards the ceiling. We're going to do a side crunch here from this position. So I'm going to take my elbow actually kind of more towards overhead, and then I'm going to crunch my obliques, taking that elbow kind of towards my hips and then back down. A little bit of a side oblique crunch. Really trying to squeeze those obliques or those muscles that are between the hips and the rib cage. But more to the side of your body. Nice job. Once again, using those breathing techniques. We're inhaling as we're extended, exhaling as we crunch. Few more reps of these oblique crunches. Taking them nice and slow, working about time over tension. What builds strength? Or time under tension. Oops. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead and pause those oblique crunches. Let's roll back onto our backs, and then now over onto our right side. So stacking ourselves the same way we did on the left, starting with clamshells. So ankles, knees, hips are all stacked. Right elbow's planted under my right shoulder, and my upper body is off of the floor. Making sure we're engaging our shoulder, pushing away from the elbow, and start those clamshells when you're ready. Kind of keeping the feet glued together. The only thing raising is the left knee. And if you feel yourself kind of starting to roll back, try to keep yourself stacked. Chest is forward. Nice job. Left glutes are getting some work. Left adductor muscles or outer thigh. Playlist is reminding me how much I love 80s music. Nice job. A few more reps of these clamshells. Keep that shoulder engaged. Don't forget about it. And on this next rep, let's go ahead and let our upper body fall all the way flat. Extending the right arm out overhead and flat on the floor, using our right bicep as a pillow. Let's extend the left leg straight and long and do those leg raises. A lying lateral leg raise. Keeping the left foot flexed. Hips are still stacked, and I'm just gently raising the leg up towards the ceiling and down towards the floor. Trying my best not to take rest in between. Feeling the left glutes kind of burning on us. Few more reps, keep it going. So the last big work for the glutes today. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sorry, I might have lost my mic there. Go ahead and let that leg rest. You can stack the knees once again if you need to. And we'll do those oblique crunches. So I'm going to take my left hand to the back of my head. Left elbow is kind of overhead. And then I'm going to gently kind of crunching my obliques, taking left elbow towards the hips and lying back down and repeating. Left side oblique crunch. Remember, we're going nice and slow with these. Really trying as hard as I can to squeeze those muscles between my hips and my ribs. Last few reps today. We've almost made it to our cool down. You have done a fantastic job. And we'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And pause those oblique crunches. Let's extend the legs long and roll over onto our stomachs. For our last challenge of the day, we'll be doing a Superman hold finisher. So hips, we're lying on our bellies. Our legs are extended long behind us. Arms are extended out from the shoulders. Fingertips towards the wall in front of me. I'm going to point my nose down towards the mat. And for our Superman hold here, we'll just be hovering those limbs off of the floor. So I'm going to squeeze my glutes, squeeze my abs. I'm going to gently raise the arms up, hovering them off the floor. And then from the hip as far as I can, I'm going to hover the legs. So Superman hold. Lower leg is completely off the floor. Most of our thigh is maybe off the floor. Arms are hovering. Take some breaths. Hold, hold, hold. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let yourself lower back down. We still have some I Love Rock and Roll playing, so we're not done yet. We're going to do another Superman hold, but now we're going to add a little challenge with the arms. We call these I's, Y's, and T's. So we'll do reps with our Supermans. So we're going to raise up first in an I, so that standard Superman that we just did. We're going to go there first. So I, squeezing, raising the arms and legs. Then we're going to take our arms outside of the shoulders, kind of forming a print letter Y. We're going to squeeze the glutes, raise ourselves up there. And then for a T, we're going to take arms out to the sides from our shoulders, palms face the floor, and we're going to raise ourselves up there. All right, so for our I and our Y, our thumbs are up. For our T, our thumbs are forward, palms are down. All right, we're just doing reps here. We're not holding. So go ahead and start when you're ready. I, squeeze the glutes, hover, arms and legs. Let yourself rest. Y, squeeze the glutes and abs, raise, back down to rest, and T's, squeezing, raising, and back down. Nice job. Let's go 2 more times through. I, hold for just a few seconds, rest, Y, and up, down, T, up, squeeze, 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 down. Last set, I'm going to make you hold it a little bit longer. I, oh, of course the music stops. Keep going, keep going. Lower, take a rest. Y, up, squeeze, 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 down, and last one, T's, up, squeeze, you got this, and down. Let yourself relax. Let's cool it down. We can stay on our bellies here. Let's go ahead and start by making a little pillow with our hands. So right hand over left hand. Go ahead and rest your forehead there. And we're just going to shake our hips out side to side. Loosening up the back and the hips. It did a little work for us today. And go ahead and take a breath. We'll take our palms down to the mat, kind of tucking our elbows and arms into our sides. Let's tuck our toes. Slowly bring ourselves up kind of to a tabletop here. And then we'll shift our hips back towards our heels for a child's pose stretch. So arms stay extended away from me. Hips are back towards my heels. Creating as much space between my hips and fingertips as I can. And let's go ahead and push our hips back up. Let's tuck the toes and raise the knees off of the ground for a down dog stretch. The toes are planted, hands are planted. I'm going to push my hips up towards the ceiling as high as they can go. Keeping the back legs as straight as I can. Slight bend in the knee is always okay. And if you need to pedal the heels, kind of one at a time, feel free to do so. Down dog stretch, great for the posterior chain, which we did work today. And you can lower yourself back down to your knees, and we'll come to a seated position. And we'll go into a butterfly stretch. So bottoms of my feet are together. Knees drop out to the sides. I'm holding on to my feet with my hands. Stretching those inner thigh muscles. And let's add a little twist. We'll take our right hand behind our back. Left hand goes to right knee. And then I'm gently twisting my shoulders to the right. Starting to feel our breathing rate coming down, heart rate coming back down. Let's go ahead and switch that twist to the left. So left hand behind back, right hand to the top of left knee, twisting shoulders and nose to the left. And let's go ahead and come back to center. Extend your legs out long away from you, and we'll just do a gentle forward fold for our last stretch today. So feet are flexed. I'm gently going to reach my hands towards my toes. I'm kind of folded over. Hands might be on our shins or on our feet, but we're feeling that stretch along the back of both legs. Taking our last couple deep breaths here. And go ahead and raise yourself back to upright seated and give yourself a pat on the back. Way to show up today. Nice work. I hope we're all feeling a little bit stronger and you have a great day.